Hi, I'm Ami Lebel. This is
Jeanette, Jaquez, Ortiz.
Yeah, she has two last names. She's that cool. And we are, how do you pronounce it? Rakim, the Rakim group. And by group we mean duo.
Yes.
And we're going to talk about things and discuss things. And by things I mean topics brought up in class and in the reading. So we're going to start with the myth of Sisyphus. Sisyphus sounds like syphilis. That's how you should remember it. This is some sort of cruel punishment, having us videotape discussions. I can't just be like a voice recording. So Sisyphus is this guy who tried to blackmail the gods with their own secrets, although he didn't actually do anything. He didn't kidnap whoever's daughter, but he did witness it and had information, and he didn't want to share that without getting something in return. But it's not like he was a total bad guy. He wanted water for his people. He just wanted them to be able to live. But the gods didn't like that. They didn't like that stuff.
Punished for the rest of his life.
And afterlife.
True.
Afterlife.
And he was punished with having to roll a rock to the top of a hill, mountain, and eventually the rock would fall back.
Wasn't it at the top of the hill? Like you'd have to get all the way up and it'd come right back down.
Come right
And he just has to like watch it too.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's part of the rules. And even if it's not, we're gonna say it is, just to make it worse. Like he had to watch it roll all the way down and fall
all
back.
His effort, his labor, all of it.
It was
down.
And it was pointless. There was no, like, it's not like this rock getting up there did anything for anyone. Like, it didn't just not do anything for him. It didn't do anything for anyone. And the worst part is he was aware of how pointless this task was. Like, those Greek gods are good at torture. Smart. Yeah.
So, the author, Albert Camus, he focuses mostly on...
She memorized that. That's not the reader turning for her to look at the name. She memorized that.
Of course.
Smart girl right here.
Yes.
Like, she's got her shit on track. We can say shit. It's a college course, right?
Yeah. Very good.
So yeah, and that was just interesting because like the author pointed out that whole idea of like menial labor that leads to nothing in particular. Of course, not as obviously as in this, because we aren't punishing our labor force in the U.S., but they are doing tasks that don't necessarily lead to anything. If they do lead to something, like maybe you work an assembly line and it leads to a toy being made, that toy isn't yours. Your name isn't on the toy box. Yeah, it's for other people. So it's not changing the world. That toy isn't gonna make you famous or solve anything. It's just nothing. It's a pointless thing that you're just punching your clock and getting your money. And we noticed that idea of punching your clock or continuing to do something for no prize, no reward, just no nothing. You don't get nothing.
It's one of the people's satisfaction.
Yeah, that theme was in a lot of the songs, or it could be related somehow back to that without using complete and utter bullshit, which is, always a good thing when you don't have to use complete and utter bullshit.
So also like what I thought, it was talking about karma. My idea of karma is what goes around comes around. What goes up must come down. So he rolls a rock up only to have it bring him
She's
down.
Not reading anything.
Only to have it bring him down over and over again. And like his attitude to having to eventually do the task over and over again. It's like he's what is it called?
He's a absurd hero.
Yeah.
Is that what you're looking for?
Like absurd hero, and he's like
all of his tasks are what is he even heroicing about? Like the one thing was he wanted to get the water for the people, and then he died and tried to test his wife's loyalty and was pissed that she did what he asked her to do, because that's not real love. Obedience is not real love in his book. It's not.
Nowadays, no.
It's not. We do have instances of real love in the songs we're going to talk about though. She watched it was real love. We talked about it. It was real love. So yeah, he's an absurd hero. I'm not really sure who he's saving from what.
But yeah, we're to imagine him as being happy. Why? That is my question.
I guess
Why
because
would he
he
be
tried.
happy?
I mean, he tried. He tried to do something
But
good.
he's
He
gonna
just
try
unfortunately was
over and
dealing with
over
super
again.
pissy gods. But no, I'm saying like he tried like with the water. Like he tried to get his people
Yeah,
water, and he like utterly and totally failed. But at least he tried. That's the only reason why I could see why we should imagine him happy, or just to make ourselves feel better about how depressing that sounds. I guess.
But then it's just like the struggle itself towards the height is enough to fill a man's heart. One must imagine Sisyphus happy. It's like,
What's
so
like
happy
no,
about
like
struggle?
it's the struggle itself towards the heights is enough to fill up. Like the struggle itself is enough to like fill our. But like, oh wait, is it talking about his heart or our heart?
A man's heart.
A man's heart. Well, we're not men, so I guess we don't know anything about it.
That's a question that.
Yeah, why is it only men?
Yeah.
Why can't we feel the struggle? I feel that the struggle is real.
I felt his
That's
struggle.
a real struggle.
Yes.
Like literally, metaphorically, all sorts of illies. Like it's a struggle.
Yeah.
Not cool. Not cool, Greek gods. Not cool.
Yeah. Screw you.
I think we should move on because we're just gonna keep making jokes about this. Yeah, we're gonna get mad. Yeah, we make jokes to like hide our true feelings.
Yes.
So anyway, cunnilingus, which can we take just 1 second out of this video to say thank you, College Course, for showing me a rapper or hip hop artist named after a sexual act. I appreciate that. Cunnilingus. Cunnilingus. Well, honestly, I might be pronouncing it wrong and just like be jumping to the conclusion because I want that to be what it is. But cunnilingus, like that's the technical term for like oral sex on a woman. Cunnilingus. It's kind of like on a guy. It's fas. I don't know how to say it. It's something weird. It's like fellatio. Okay, we're gonna stop talking about sex. Sorry. But so in the gates, she got this, and I just agreed that when it said tone deaf, that was this dead guy talking, and to deacon is the devil. That makes sense to me. I wouldn't have come up with it, so bravo, yay. Jeanette. But like, because I was just like, I don't know, they're talking back and forth to make it a conversation. Like, yeah. But that's much more meaningful, and that ties in death, obviously, to it. And there was obvious tones of racism and just racial issues and stereotypes in general. We don't call us racist, but we came to the conclusion that the guy who died was white. He was married to a woman who was white. They had a baby who was white, and then she at 16 had a baby. A mixed baby. So we aren't sure if this baby is mixed. We settled on Latino, right? Or did we settle on black?
I thought it was African American.
Okay, so we settled on African American.
Yeah, because it was like the darkest pigment scene. Well.
Oh yeah.
There's dark pigments.
Yeah, and it's funny because or not funny. It's messed up. Because the line before that is had to face the fact she split these genes, these meaning his own genes that he gave to his daughter, with his sixth seed, meaning the guy that his daughter banged.
Ended up with.
Yeah, well, I don't know if they ended up together, but they had a baby together. Had the skin with skin, the darkest pigment scene. There's only 2 quotes at the end and the beginning. I don't know why you do quotes the whole time, but yeah. So he's black. And the guy is pissed about this. And he's like, obviously he's mentioned it multiple times. Mixed baby. Had to point that out. Not just about his kid having a baby at 16, but it's a mixed baby. It's not okay. And so Deacon, aka the devil, is saying, oh, so your thoughts about the child is like mixed race queen. Was your thoughts about her mama?
But he's in denial. He doesn't admit to being racist.
Oh no, he argues about it. I'm dumbstruck by these blameless allegations. I've saved too many lives of all creeds for you to paint me a racist. I've endangered my own safety to save babies from blazes, black, white, Latino, even Asian on occasion. Even Asian.
Yeah.
Even Asian, you guys. But it's interesting because the devil just goes, but why so? Because, the devil talks in these rhythmic patterns.
Yeah.
And he just immediately gets defensive. There's an exclamation point when he says, how dare you question my motivation? So he's defensive. He's angry here. We know that by that exclamation point. And the devil responds with, there's no need to second guess. Your only aim was to be famous. So he's saying you didn't do it to save those lives. You did it
to gain fame.
Yeah, and to have people.
That's why I think he was a fireman in his life.
Yeah.
Throughout his life or whatnot, but then
it was
once
selfless.
He goes to hell, it's it's ironic kind of because he's fighting flames, but yeah, he ends up in flames.
I didn't even think about that. That's a very
irony.
Good point.
And he is sentenced to fight fires for the rest of his life. So it's right there.
Oh yeah.
For the rest of eternity, and so pretty much we'll sum it up. We have 11 minutes.
Oh yeah.
It touches on racism, death, his attitudes toward losing his wife. He decides to give up on love, and he just shuts down, and eventually he dies alone.
And very angry and alone about his next baby grandchild.
Bitter.
Very bitter.
I think.
Stop, Lila. This video includes a dog.
Oh, and about relating it to Sisyphus, he's sentenced to 5 fires for eternity, just as Sisyphus was punished and he had to
for his afterlife. Yeah, they're both punished for their afterlife. With it, and sentenced to 5 fires. He can't. You're in. Yeah. You're in. What is it? Hell has no fire brigade. They don't have water down there for you to put out them fires. So yeah, they don't have fire hydrants.
Asking for water.
Oh, but yeah. But point being, they both have tasks that they can never complete and that have no meaning and no point because hell will always burn and that rock will always come back down that hill. So we're gonna move on to the next song. Foxy Brown, My Life. Foxy Brown's life is not a life that anyone wants to have. Well, maybe some people, but there has to be something wrong with them if they want that life. But she's a prostitute. She becomes a prostitute at 14. It's when she was introduced to the coops, which we had a whole discussion about what the hell coops means. At first I was like, are they trying to say cops?
No, it's...
What did we settle on? That's where the prostitutes are? Or the pimps?
Yeah, the pimp.
Because prostitutes are chickens.
Chicken heads.
Chicken heads. I don't know why.
But that's how back, I live in to be honest, I have friends that are prostitutes.
They're gonna see this. I'm gonna comment your friend's name.
I'm
kidding. I'm not gonna do that.
They know that's their life. They accept it, but because they've had troubled pasts, and now that they have all these material things, they travel the world and they're all happy. Outside, they're happy. They show
so they don't
happiness.
End up with the kind of pimps that she did, the life she did.
Well, they're just they're making all this money, and I know because they tell me they're my friends, so I know deep down inside they're hurting, but they try to kind of distract themselves. Yeah. Distract themselves from that pain from the past by going out and buying a new outfit.
That definitely works. Things. It will solve all of your life's problems. New outfits. Heals all those old wounds. Heals all of them.
So we pretty much came up to the conclusion that this song is probably about self-reflection.
Because she's definitely reflecting on herself and her life choices. Yeah. And also on her childhood that brought her to those choices. The fact that her dad wasn't around. Her mom apparently not being around enough to stop her daughter from being a prostitute.
Yeah, at 14.
Yeah, and one thing we definitely like to mention, specific, lack of love had me falling for thugs, the niggas who ain't care, just like daddy. So she's reflecting back on her childhood and the fact that her dad wasn't there and how that's now affecting her present life and who she falls in love with.
She just wants that manly figure.
Yeah.
You know, but
I think
because she didn't.
Sorry, I think it's important to also notice that she's aware of how effed up her thinking is, and she's aware that she's doing things for the wrong reasons and falling in love with these people for stupid reasons.
Yeah.
But that makes it even worse. It's like how Sisyphus. It's like how Sisyphus was aware of how pointless his task is. She's aware of how messed up her choices are and her reasoning for those choices, but she still has to do it. She still has to do it anyway because she doesn't have no way out that's reasonable. Except at the end when she said, "Sometimes I just want to slip my wrist and end my life." Y'all, it's a cry of desperate. It's a cry of so many things.
Like my question here is like she'll say, you know, if
the dog's leaving, she's doing too much looking.
She's like, now you'll see what it is like. Y'all don't want to be me because it ain't always what it seems on TV. Shit, but this is my 9 to 5. It's like, why would she tell you, you know, don't want to be like me, but yet she's not making a change. Like, by her saying, you know, shit, but this is my 9 to 5, it's like, I'm sticking to it. I have no other way.
But now she's a hip hop artist, so maybe she should make a change.
And then also like right here, there's a part where she's like,
maybe she wrote this before she made the change.
Yeah,
that's why it doesn't.
It's like she's like, cause I did it, or where is it?
Violet, take that out of your mouth, or I'm gonna make you roll a ball up a hill for the rest of your life. She'd love that, probably.
Oh yeah, it's like in the beginning, the individual says, "Mad because I made it," but what does she mean by that? If she did not succeed at anything?
Well, because maybe she made it like as in like she's a hip hop artist now.
But yeah, if it's talking about her, what
someone
if
else
like,
is mad she made it?
You know, like I find no success in doing that if you're thinking about ending your life.
Well, maybe it's just like the memories of it. Like think about that. That's a pretty traumatizing life. Like just the memories of it alone could be pretty brutal on one's psyche. I would also like to mention like this is my 9 to 5 is being a hooker. That idea kind of from like very loosely ties back to our point with Sisyphus of how like now like people who work jobs it might be their 9 to 5. They aren't working towards anything. Like, what's she doing? She's getting off a bunch of guys. Well, no matter how many guys she gets off today, she's still going to have to get off more tomorrow. Like, otherwise, Rakim's going to get mad. Like, someone's going to get mad. People ain't going to get paid. That's all she gets out of it is money. Like, but there's no, like, greater meaning to it. It doesn't help to empower her life. I guess it did give her a great song to write. If we're going to look on the bright side.
Made her famous.
Well, I don't know if that song's the one that made it famous, but we're gonna move on to the next song. We're gonna get stuck on every song for like 10 minutes.
By Immortal Technique, it's called You Never Know.
I wish I never knew. I don't like this song.
This was the saddest song by far that I've ever heard.
Damn Immortal. Immortal Technique.
It's like, I think it ties everything together. Reflection, self-reflection, death, love and romance.
So much love and romance. That's real love. It's real love.
So it's about a guy who admires a woman, and
the first verse is all him reflecting on like why is she like unfazed by all these people that want her? He's questioning like, you know, maybe she just doesn't want to, you know, date broke kids, but then she's ignoring the rich coke-sniffing kids. Yeah. And then he talks about women in general who are normally jealous and like wouldn't admit that they're screwing guys because they just regret the long list of guys that they have screwed, hoping to get something more out of it that they weren't getting.
But he's different.
They are different.
Yeah,
you know, he's fucking bitches too after prison. But like, he actually wants to like be with her, and we watch him like romance her. Like he romances her. He gave her a poem and flowers.
A poem
with flowers.
Yes.
And we're assuming he wrote this poem, clearly, because I mean...
And he took her out to dinner.
After her cousin's baby shower. So he went to the baby shower. That's commitment right there. And he's even saying, like, I don't have a gimmick, so the minutes turn to hours. Like, she knows he's genuine. He knows he's genuine. That's why she's talking to him. And, like, I don't know. That's just great. I love that he doesn't have a gimmick. Good for you, Immortal Technique. I believe you. You did love her. We all know that you can love now. Because you said we should all know. We do. Us all know you can love. Good job. But then, okay. And then he talks about, like, it seems he alludes to that he's going to ask for her hand in marriage. That's what we got out of it. Yeah. We would like to know Immortal Technique if you watch this. Are you asking for her hand in marriage? But yeah, he opens up to her, but she just cries.
I mean, that's rejection to me. She didn't even let him talk. She didn't.
But why can't you talk over her tears is my question.
You fight for what
she can hear
want.
You. He didn't want to fight. I think he was just too, like, upset that she was upset. But so he goes on with his life, and by going on with his life, I mean
he went back to his old ways. He ended up in
that she got him out of, because that's love too. She got him out of that shit. And so he ended up in prison for a year. He went to solitary in there. But he couldn't stop thinking about her. And when he gets out, he goes and fucks some random bitches, and is still like he has like a big name in the, like, what was it, New York Underground? Yeah, New York Underground. But, like, that's not enough for him. He wants love. So what does he do? He goes and looks for his Latino princess.
Of course.
And he doesn't find her. He finds her mother and a note instead. A note that will at least give some explanation as to why she cried and rejected him. Death. Yeah, she died. Death. She's dead. Oh, and she's not, like, dead, like, oh, like, I got shot or anything, or killed herself, which is what I originally thought because of the note. It's worse. It's worse. You know what happened? Poor girl got HIV not from fucking no stupid people, not from getting no stupid tattoo. She needed blood transfusion. Poor girl was sick, maybe got in a car accident, needed some blood. Guess what? They didn't test that shit. And she got HIV, and she didn't want to. Yeah, we're mad.
We're furious.
We're pissed off about this. And so she didn't want to pass that HIV on to him. And so she rejected him and died a virgin. And she even said in her note, like, she was like, I wish I could have loved you, like, and I felt like we did pretty much.
It's like, but why wouldn't she tell him? You know, why would she lead him on and then eventually just?
I don't know. It's just like it's like a thing in these songs. Like, the people who are involved in these songs or these, like, urban love stories for some reason think like, I should just not tell them and it'll just be easier. It's like, maybe we all just want to know the truth so we can make the decision for ourselves instead of you making the decision. Because maybe he's like, not what, girl, let's chance it. Or maybe he's like, I don't need to fuck you to love you. Like, and they could have, like, been together until she died.
Maybe he would have limited himself on what he did for her. You know, like, oh, let's not go out because you might get sick, or I don't know, something. You know, like.
I think she was just more worried about getting him sick because it's not like she, like, stopped them from going. I don't know what it is. Everyone that's sick, they just don't want to tell someone that they're sick and let them make the choice for themselves.
Have you seen that movie, The Walk to Remember?
I don't want to talk about that. Okay. I'm gonna cry. But yeah, I know what you're doing with this. Like, yeah, okay. She didn't want him to love her because she was sick. And whatever. And he did anyway. But they were happy. They got to get married. Stupid.
She was always, like, he always thought about her, you know? And then it says, because you never really know what you have until it's gone. But technically, she was always there, you know, in his mind. He always thought about her.
Yeah, he did appreciate her, even when she was, like, gone from his life. So
maybe he was
this is all on you, Latina princess. I don't know, but he loved you, girl. Should have been better to him. But it was interesting that he could hit all those points in one song. Scores to you. Next song,
Kendrick Lamar, I Hate You.
And just so that we're all clear, this isn't, what was his name?
Odom? It's not Lamar Odom.
Yeah, it's not that guy, because that's what I thought it was. This guy is famous for things other than going to rehab, playing basketball, and screwing Khloe Kardashian.
he has something going on. Like, this song is just talking about death and his feelings toward it.
He hates death.
He hates it. He's afraid of it. No, he's willing to fight it, but he's afraid of it. But yet, you can't fight something that you can't see, you know? Like, it just comes unexpectedly.
It's interesting because this song is like a letter to death, because it said, let me continue this letter saying I don't like you. Scared of you, but I will fight you, which is what she was just talking about. And I get it. Like, he's like, I'm gonna do my best to stave off death, but it isn't a person or a thing. It's an enigma, that just comes when it feels like coming.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a whole plan. We don't know. We don't know. It's
Nobody
philosophy.
likes it.
We don't
Nobody
know.
likes stuff, you know, like.
No,
it
death ain't
affects-
fun.
It's devastating.
But it was just interesting that he did do this in like a letter like what am I trying to say? Letter like form.
Function, yeah.
Yeah, and I really like the last part of the ending. War, genocide, homicide, suicide, all coincide, signed and sealed by the living. Make it, don't take it. Please take it personal. Because, repeat that 2 more times. Because it's personal. It is personal. Death is personal, and like I think
But we're killing each other.
Yeah, we are killing each other. Like killing ourselves. We're killing other people. We're killing whole races for no reason.
By the living.
Yeah, we're the ones making those choices. I mean, obviously, death is going to come no matter what. Like, we didn't make cancer, but it's a point that, like, we're adding to it. Like, you know, people don't need to die on the street. Like,
you know, war,
yeah.
we don't need it. Genocide, we don't need it. Homicide, it's personal.
Like punch him in the face
action.
instead. Like, why do you got to kill him?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Right.
But, yeah. Kendrick Lamar, we hate death, too. We feel you, boo. We feel you.
J. Cole.
Lost Ones. This was just interesting because I just found it kind of annoying in comparison to the other songs. Like, we got prostitutes and like girls dying of HIV and not getting to be with their true love. Like someone else being mad at death because it's so unnecessary in so many ways.
But
and then this guy's bitching because he got a girl pregnant, lied and said he loved her when he didn't because he just liked her pussy. And he said that. Where's the thing? They grow apart. She wanted him to show his heart and say he loved her. Okay.
We're just
Yeah.
finishing
Sorry. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, video. Shit. He spoke the magic words, and on the same day he fucked her. Now she wide open. She put a ring up on his finger if she could, but he loved her because the pussy good. But she ain't no wife though. Like, well, you should have said that, or at least use a condom. Did they use a condom? I don't think that was clarified.
No, obviously not. Because
Clearly, well,
pregnant.
yeah. But yeah. So, and this whole thing is just a reflection on whether or not they should have an abortion. He thinks they're not ready to be parents. I think it's more he is pissed at who the parent mama is, and
but
he's
yeah,
just
here
not ready.
like they could let the child live, but yet they're choosing to kill it. Just like in the past one, like in I Hate You, we're killing our own people. You know?
Yeah.
So it's
They're making this choice to kill a life.
a helpless being.
And what? Just because they made a mistake? Like,
We're
put them
horrible.
up for adoption. Like,
Yes.
people adopt babies.
So then,
Next song, we're gonna pack up and we're gonna walk while we finish this video. KOS, because the stupid library. Chaos, sorry, doesn't stay open forever. A Ballad of Noah. This talked about childhood, past, well, staying away from the past, and reflection. One part of this piece that I personally liked, or well, actually both liked it. This was like the main part that we talked about is the chaos. That's what I would never have gotten that. Is he was a kid who was afraid to be black, because like he couldn't imagine his type in the ghetto, like a black kid who listens. I play Sex Pistols and listen to heavy music. I ate lunch all by myself in a meadow and healed every scar with wishing to be a star. Like, so because he had hopes and dreams, he should be afraid to be black because that ain't how tough N-words roll, apparently.
he's coming from like a troubled past, and he doesn't want to go back. So he's looking for alternative ways to continue on with his dreams and hoping for a good outcome.
Yeah, he's hoping for a good outcome. And we're walking out of here. Oh, we're almost done. We can do this. It's okay. All right, we're almost done. Okay, so walking through the library. Here's that lovely library, girl. Okay. And then, what else do we have to say about that song?
So it's just childhood past.
Yeah, like talking about how his childhood led to like who he wanted to be and what he wanted to do. and how, like, the fact of what he wanted to do, and, like, the kind, which is interesting. He listened to the Sex Pistols, and he's so worried about his choice in music, but here he is being a hip-hop artist. Like, I'm pretty sure all the kids in the ghetto would be cool with that. Like, I don't know, I'd be cool with that. I ain't from the ghetto, though, so I don't know. What's the next song? Yeah.
The next one is Nas. Papa Was a Player.
Yeah.
And should we go here?
Yeah, we can just, well, I don't know, do they close out the whole thing? Let's just go right outside. Should be fine.
There goes my husband. Well, let's just wait.
Okay. Okay, we're waiting in here.
Okay, so it's about Papa Was a Player, mostly about childhood. Father, a relationship.
Family relationships were
relationship
talked about a lot in there.
A father and a son, family, and how even though like the mom and the dad did not get along, that didn't affect the relationship between the father and the son.
I'm gonna let you take this one. You're doing good.
Because he told him to hold my own Tommy Valley home, and I mean his dad was doing, you know, all of these things.
There's no dog barking in our
the
video.
relationship didn't change, and he carried on with his life, and he made it. Like, he took what he learned
Papa
from his
was
father.
a player, but Nas ain't.
Or you never know.
Yeah, maybe he was a player.
Okay,
He didn't
so-
play the same game, at
Yeah,
least.
that's true.
The last song was by Zion. Is it One or I? Zion I. Antenna.
And,
What we at first we were both like, this is super abstract and we don't get it. And why is he talking through an antenna? And I posed these questions of like, can he not talk? She was like, no, I think he just emotionally can't talk. Like he doesn't know how to share his feelings. But then I was like, wait a minute. And like, what was that? Like the second to last like stanza. I wouldn't ask you the question to save us all, but I bask in your blessing. The pain is raw. We were cut from your cord when we took the fall. So when I'm lost in the sauce, help me find the shore. And I was like, dude, he's talking to God because we're basking. There's blessings. He's asking you the question. So he's talking to one like immortal being to save us all. Like, tell me that when we took the fall, you know, cut the cord. Maybe he's our mom and we all have cords and my dog's barking. But yeah, so I think it's pretty clear and obvious that he's talking about God or talking to God. Yeah, we have to actually walk out of here. Okay, we're walking out continually. Lila, my dog wants to like kill a child. Oh, my dog wants to kill your child. Not really. Okay, so yeah, he's just talking to God. That's why he's saying an antenna, because you can't get through to. I mean, you can't talk to, you can't call God. You can't like see him in Starbucks. So, and he's like, normally in the stories, he's up in heaven or whatever. Antennas reach out to higher earths. So
that sums up.
That makes sense.
30
Yeah.
minutes.
Yeah. Sorry if we didn't talk enough about all this. It'll be better on we won't have dogs barking or get kicked out of the library in other videos. Hope you enjoy our rant. Okay. Thanks. Bye.